Welcome to Volkswagen Ask a Swan. This week we're lucky enough to have one of our midfield stars, Joey Kennedy. How are you, Joey?
Good, thanks, Tom. Good to be part of your program here today.
It's the best show on SwansTV, apparently. We'll get straight into it. The first question is from Scott Williams. Joey, what was the catalyst for last week's performance? The boys were better in all areas, notwithstanding our need for a win, but was it a more clinical performance?
I think it was a more clinical performance, but just for a longer period of time. I think the two previous weeks we were good in areas, but we just weren't able to maintain that for the whole game. Obviously, GWS, it was probably a quarter and a half, and then Collingwood 2.5 quarters, and then on the weekend we were able to put it together. And I guess the catalyst has been the training and just more time together on the field and understanding each other, and it's good to be back on the winners list.
Yeah, it's good to get off the mark. A question from Jessica. She says, what player do you love to play against the most? Or maybe what player do you not like playing against the most?
Yeah, I guess they're probably if I answer it, the question is, what player do I admire the most to play against? It would be, it's hard to pick out one. I don't know. I love watching Gary Ablett. Obviously, he's an out-and-out star, and Scott Pendlebury as well. I mean, against Collingwood the other week, he just showed how classy he is, and always, no matter how much pressure he's under, always manages to find the ball and use it pretty well. So probably Pendles at the moment.
A question from Sam. He says, is it true you couldn't make the trip down to watch your brother play his D-grade mixed netball grand final?
Yeah, it is true. My brother, the tickets were a bit scarce and couldn't get me down there for the netball grand final. But Sam Whippet Painter, my cousin, thanks for the question.
But he came to your grand final, 2012.
No, you didn't actually. My brother did, but you didn't. So I expect you there this year. Can I say that? They won the grand final, by the way, so congratulations. I think I've forgotten their name, but it's a bit of a funny name, but well done.
Congrats from all at SwansTV. Another question, if you could pick one teammate to be your best man, I don't know, are you planning a wedding or anything, but who would it be and why?
I'd either pick Ben McGlynn because he'd make me look really tall, or Dan Hannery because he'd make me look really tanned.
Speaking of Dan Hannery does another question. Is he still a chatterbox?
Yeah, I think he's a chatterbox at heart. I don't think he'll ever lose that aspect of his personality.
It'd be a fair speech if he was your best man.
Yeah, that's a fair call.
What do you do on your day off?
Depending on how I'm feeling, but I like to fill it in with just catching up with the boys or friends outside of footy and playing a bit of golf or going for a surf. Really committed to trying to learn how to surf this year. It's coming along pretty well. And just taking it easy.
Another question from Sonny. Who, in your opinion, has really improved their game this year?
Ooh.
Maybe some of the younger boys.
Look, mate, stop directing me in the way you want me to answer.
It's my show. It's my show.
Answer the question my way, okay? I think I'd have to say maybe Harry Cunningham. Obviously, has had a real impact earlier this year. Had a great pre-season, been able to implement it going into the season, which is really good. And then there's a few guys which are just knocking down the door at the moment in the reserves, like Daniel Robinson and obviously Brandon Jack. Who else? Toby Nankervis. These guys are really putting pressure on the senior players to get a game. Jake Lloyd.
Final question from Reese. Josh, you're the captain of my super coach. Can you kick 5 goals on the weekend, or are you worried about your super score? Score.
I'm not sure how my super score is going, but I'd certainly.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
It's not a lie, mate. I've got no idea what my super coach score is, but I'll certainly try and kick 5 goals this weekend. That'd be nice.
All right, perfect. Thanks very much, Joey. Thanks everyone for all your questions. Keep them coming on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Just use the hashtag VWAskASwan. Thanks very much.